Hello everyone and welcome back to another No Man's Sky video. It's me, Caster, and in this one we're going to go through everything deployable technology within the game. There are a number of deployable units you can use in the game, all with a varying degree of usefulness. What I will not be doing today is going through exocraft geobays or fossil displays. We are literally going to go through the portable units you see in front of you here. Now, where do you get these, I hear you say? Well, one place you can get them is from a piece of deployable technology we are actually going to mention today, and that is the Construction Research Unit. Now, deployable technology can be deployed anywhere on a planet without a base computer or you having a base set up. So our Construction Research Unit here actually has a number of them within the buildable technology. And they are the Save Beacon and the Signal Booster. They are part of our deployable technologies. You can normally pick up deployable tech by holding RS on my controller or E on the keyboard, I believe. But there are some deployable technologies in here, like the anomalous mining units, where you cannot do that. And we will look at other ways about how you can get this back when you're finished using it. Another way of grabbing the deployable technology is to go to the Construction Research Station at the back of the anomaly in between Iteration Hyperion and Iteration Saline. Access it here and then we can go through to technology modules, and here you will see you have the Save Beacon as it was in the Construction Research Units. You have the Portable Refiner, but you should have this from the start of the game along with the base computer. I believe the only two deployable technologies you actually start with. You have the Signal Booster, you have the Save Point, you have the autonomous mining units here, the Automated Trap, Atmospheric Harvester, the Communication Station, and of course the Nutrient Processor. There are other items here as well, which are just base performing items rather than deployable technology, so you can also get them from there. You also acquire them via completing some of the missions within No Man's Sky, but if you have those turned off, this is where you can get them. You can get them for salvaged data, and you find salvaged data on various planets using your visor, and they will be buried. You go and dig them up, and then you can use them to purchase your portable technologies as well as other technologies. So once you have your deployable technology, how do you access them, I hear you say? Well, you press up on my D-pad here on my Xbox controller. I'm not sure what it is for keyboard. I'm sure it'll be similar on any PS or Switch controllers, and then you'll see that this will come up here. We can also have decorations, which is just these fossil displays, but we have deployable technology here, and the first one we're going to go through is the base computer. Now, it is 30 chromatic metal to make a base computer. That is refined copper. So you go get some copper, refine it, and then you can make your base computer. You have access to this as soon as you start up the game, and this allows you to build a base anywhere on a planet that isn't already taken by another player. So we can deploy this anywhere we like. Let's deploy it here, for example, and there we have our base computer ready, and now we can build a base here. The Universal Archive search reveals no prior claims to this site, so now we can claim the base. It will give us a restore save point, and then our base will be marked on the map, and we can see it from space as well. Let's just let the grass render itself back in there. So the base computer, very important now, because if we open up our deployable technology option by pressing up on the D-pad, you'll see now we have even more selections, and this is basically all of our base parts. So depending on what we want to use, how we want to build, we can now select all these items. To get rid of the base, we can simply delete base, and then the base will disappear. But this is a nice planet, so I'm thinking of actually making a base on this one. I don't normally make that many bases on planets, but yeah, I'm going to make one on this one at some point, I am sure. You can also use your base computer underwater, so you can make an underwater base as well. Basically anywhere on any planet that hasn't been claimed before. This is a very, very wonderful planet, isn't it? Next on our list of deployable technology is the Portable Refiner, the only other piece of deployable tech that you start with when you enter the game. This piece of technology is quite important for being able to refine things like copper into chromatic metal and other resources into other items. If I remember correctly, the portable refiner takes 1 metal plating and 30 oxygen to make. You also need to fuel this one with some sort of carbon or condensed carbon, and then put your item that you want to refine in there. So some items won't refine. For example, if I put in this, it's not going to refine to anything. If I put in one of these, it's not going to refine to anything. So it's generally resources that require refinement or can be refined. Tainted metal can go into nanites, for example. Then you have things like carbon, which can go into condensed carbon. If you wanted to then make your condensed carbon back into carbon, you could do that and put the condensed carbon in there, and it would go to carbon. Or sodium nitrate will go to sodium, sodium will go to sodium nitrate, etc. And this one we can pick up using RS and take it with us everywhere we go. Now for me, I normally forget them and have to build another one, so I do carry a few on me at a time. Just a little tip there in case you're like me and you lose your portable refiners everywhere you go. Next on our list is the nutrient processor here. This one is quite an interesting one. This is where you can make food. So if we go into our nutrient processor, we also have an ingredient store. But if we put in our rancid flesh into here, we'll make purged ribs. We put in our feline liver to that. It will not be able to do anything because they are not compatible. Go with bone nuggets. Again, not compatible. But if we go back here and we put in our liver, still not compatible. If we have a look here, we have a recipe catalog. So this is all the recipes that I know, which is absolutely nothing because I haven't done any of these yet. In my previous permadeath save where I died, I had a lot of these done. So I need to go and make sure that I can get some nice items. If we just process this feline liver here, and as it does that, we'll have a look at our ingredient store. And basically, this can act for us as another piece of storage. So we can put all the stuff in here that we can make food out of, even some actual materials like chromatic metal and carbon, and some other things as well that aren't quite in my exosuit inventory. And then we can pick it up and carry it around with us, and they will stay in the ingredient storage. So acting like another piece of storage for us, which is quite good. I like that. We can also put them directly into the ingredient storage from here. I'm going to take this processed meat, and what I'm going to do with that is put it into my nutrient ingester here. We can also just put all of this stuff in here. If we go to our processed meat, this will actually give us effect 20% hazard protection battery for 35 minutes if we were to ingest that. So that's why the nutrient processor is a good bit of kit. Not only does it allow extra storage, you can create food or extra benefits in your nutrient ingester. Next on the list is one we have touched on, which is the construction research unit. We'll head into here. And if we have a look, we've got buildable technology and structures in here. Not all of them are available in this construction research unit, but some of them are. Or should I say all the ones that are available in the anomaly in the construction research center are not available in the construction research unit. Nonetheless, important piece of equipment early on to get your base up and running if that is something you are keen on doing. Next is the signal booster. So the signal booster, if we access it here, we can locate nearby structures. If we click on that, we will find a transmission tower. If we click on it again, we've already found a building. So we'll have to go and interact with that building, do what we need to do there, get out the signal booster again and try and find another building. So the signal booster's there to locate structures. Quite good, but there are other technologies that surpass that in my opinion, including the exocraft scanners and the starship scanners as well when looking for certain buildings. Next on the list is the save beacon. Pretty standard. Does what it says on the tin. makes a restore save point. Now, what I generally use these for is when I put something down and I leave and it doesn't create a marker, this will create a marker, look. If I was to put down, say, an autonomous mining unit, which we'll come on to in a minute, that will not give me a marker as to where it is or where I've left it, nor will, say, the portable... No, the portable refiner does at a distance, I believe. But this one will actually give me a marker. So I tend to use it, generally speaking, as a bit of a marker for where I have either left my other deployable technologies or anything else that I may have left on a planet. We have another save point. So just like the save beacon, it is just another save point. I don't know why you need 2 in a game, but there are 2 in a game. This one doesn't give you a marker to sort of find out where it is. But again, if you need to save your game at any point, there is another save point, a save beacon, and a save point. Next are the dreaded communication stations. Anyone who's done a number of expeditions in No Man's Sky knows just how annoying these things can be. I don't really use these, if I'm honest, but we will build it here in a second. There you go. And what these do, they allow you to type a message in. So we can close the beacon, or we can leave a message, so I can type in the messages in there. So I can type any message I like into my communication station. I can accept it. And there you go. I can leave that on there, and then I can close the beacon. One thing I have found with the communication stations is there is no way of actually getting rid of it now. So it is kind of sitting there. There's no pickup. I cannot pick this up. One way that I tried to do this was to grab another communication station, or sort of like a build part from my build options in my deployable technologies, and try and delete it. So if I go into toggle build / edit using X here, I will try and delete this, and this will not work. So this is kind of stuck here now. So yeah, I'm going to have to leave this where it is. Bit of an issue with the communication station. I really wish you could delete them. At least the ones that you put down anyway. And I really wish that in expeditions they'd give you an option just to turn them off, so you don't have to see millions of communication stations scattered around the rendezvous points of expeditions. But there you go. Next on the list of deployable technologies is the autonomous mining unit. Now for this, we are going to need to find ourselves some mineable resources, and there is a magnetized ferrite deposit right there. There's one there as well. So we have this magnetized ferrite deposit right here. If we go into my deployable tech, get my autonomous mining unit, I can place it directly on here. And what we need to do before we start doing anything is actually put some fuel into it. And of course, this is condensed carbon or carbon. We do that, and then we got this little animation, and it will start to mine this magnetized ferrite. And you might be thinking, well, why would I do that when I have a terrain manipulator, which is so much quicker at mining these magnetized ferrite? Well, you may be on a time sensitive mission and you need to get there, or you may just want to leave it there and go and collect more resources, do some other things, explore the planet, etc. So that can just sort of stay there and do its thing. Obviously, for bigger deposits, you can put more of these on. I could probably, can I put another one on? I can, look, I can put another one on here if I really want to. And I can put as many as I can build, I believe, of these on a resource unit. There might be an upper limit. Do let me know down in the comments if there is an upper limit. I've never reached that upper limit. Now to get rid of this, because I can't pick this up like I can with other deployable technology, a bit like the communication stations here, what I can do is I can actually delete this, I believe. Yes, see, I can delete this one. Just delete it like that, get rid of it, and it has gone. What I would say is if you do place these down here and you run away, it will not give you a sort of beacon as to where it is. So this is one of these instances, as I mentioned, where I place a save beacon down next to it so that I have the marker of where it is. And then if I go away and get it out of view, that'd be nice. You can see there that the save beacon is now visible, so I know where it is. Next on the list is the atmosphere harvester. I did a whole video about how to get atmospheric gases, and this is what you need to get them. So we can place one of these down here. You can place another one down if you want to as well. 3, 4, however many you like. I've got available to build of 2 in my inventory because I have picked them up from different areas. So if we go into our atmospheric harvester here, we can see that from this particular planet we're going to get nitrogen, and nitrogen can be harvested from the atmospheres of lush and toxic planets. It even says there as well. If you want the other ones, the sulfurine can be harvested from scorched desert or volcanic planets, while radon is radioactive and frozen worlds, and methane is gas worlds specifically. So this also needs fuel, again, some sort of carbon-based fuel here, and then it will do its thing, and we can see that it will start collecting nitrogen as we like. Now again, like the autonomous mining unit, this isn't going to tell us that it's here, so we'd have to place down a save beacon next to it so we know where it is. We can, however, pick this one up, unlike the autonomous mining unit, and I really think they should change that. Maybe I'll mention that in the Zen desk. Probably a good idea. Next, a couple of pieces of deployable tech are all to do with the water. The first one is the automated trap. I can build 3 of these. If we plant these in here into the water, what they will do is they will catch fishes for us. That's what they'll do. So if we are out here fishing ourselves with our lovely fishing rod here, put some bait in our fishing rod, these will also catch fish for us depending on what fish we like. Then we can cook them up in our skiff. The skiff here has a portable grill, also has storage by the way, so you can store more fish in here. Also has an ingredient store, so we can put the ingredients in our storage inventory. This is the same store as the one on the nutrient processor, so you can access all of your ingredients from all places, cook them up, and then you can put them into your nutrient ingester in your exosuit, and away you go. But these portable traps here, or automated traps even, they will start to catch fish here. Trap cycles in progress, 4 in each one of these wonderful traps, and yeah, we'll be collecting a lot of fishes. Again though, these are marked. Look, they've got a little marker above them so you know where they are. As we dive to the murky depths of the ocean worlds of No Man's Sky, we find that the pressure starts to build upon our exosuit. It starts to put a lot of pressure on our character. We are now down to 800 U. I've certainly been down to about 1,400. I know there are deeper seas. Let's keep going down a little bit deeper here. And there is a piece of deployable technology that we can use to help us out. So if we go into our deployable technology, we can pick up this. This is the marine shelter. So let's place it here. And then we can head into our little marine shelter. And we will find that we should be okay down at these depths now. And yeah, see, we're out of the water. We're all good. We can go straight back in. And the temperature is a bit low. We'll head back in here and we should be okay. Our oxygen levels are good. The hyperpressure is good. And as soon as we head back out, we get that little bit of an issue. So if we are building a huge base down here, or we just want a little bit of relief, we can plant this down and we'll be fine. One thing again though is that I can't pick this back up. So I'd have to make another one somewhere, or I can try to destroy it. Can I get rid of it? Can. There you go, got rid of it. So that's a really useful piece of equipment when you're exploring the depths. Of course you can just do other things like get your Nautilon out and sit in your Nautilon. That also helps. But you still feel the hyper pressure down at these levels, so it might be worth getting your base built quickly. And just for completeness, here is one of our catches from our automated trap. We have a colossal squid, which we'll put in our ingredient store. So there is all the deployable technology you can use in No Man's Sky. I didn't go through the cost of build for all of them, but they are all pretty standard in terms of build parts. It shouldn't be too onerous to go and get the materials you need. If you're further along enough, then you should be able to get all of the items you need to get them. Some of them are more useful than others. Some are used more than others, that is for sure. But certainly the save beacon, in my opinion, is really good because you can use it as a Waypoint nutrient processor has its benefits. Portable refiner, obviously. Base computer is a must. These two, I don't really use the automated trap. Marine shelter is decent. Construction research unit is good to have in your base. Signal boost is okay, but gets sort of outdone by other technologies in your exocraft and starship. Save point useless. Communication station, bit useless. Autonomous mining unit can be good in certain situations, mainly when you're looking for a lot of resources and you're kind of running around. Atmospheric harvester is a must for me for those atmospheric gases that you need. So different levels of usefulness for me in terms of the deployable technology. Let me know what deployable technology you use the most and which ones you don't use. Hopefully you have enjoyed the video. Hopefully I will see you in the next one. Take care out there, and bye bye.